pill offering hope in the fight against sexually transmitted infections. The CDC writing some new guidelines for an antibiotic that may lower the chances of infection after unprotected sex. And this breakthrough couldn't have come at a better time because right now Georgia is among the 10 states with the highest rate of sexually transmitted infections. Atlanta News First reporter Joshua Skinner is at the CDC in Atlanta. Joshua, what prompted the move?
Yeah, Tori, we're still a month or probably more away from this guideline ever really taking effect. But the CDC does say that the drug doxycycline, which commonly used to treat STDs in people of all races and sexualities, could prevent STIs in certain groups.
America has an STI problem.
We're at a record high number of STIs in the nation, and we need game-changing innovations.
That innovation could be coming in the form of a drug that already exists and is used to treat STI infections. Doxycycline, an affordable antibiotic on the market for nearly half a century, is used to treat everything from acne to chlamydia. Now the Atlanta-based Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says its studies show it can be used to prevent STIs in certain groups.
In several studies, that's been shown to reduce the chance of getting an STI by about 2/3.
The studies are narrow. The results are for gay and bisexual men as well as transgender women who had an STI within the previous year. Its effectiveness for other groups is not clear. The need is especially apparent here at home. According to U.S. News, Georgia ranks 7th in the nation in STIs, and the CDC reports there were 2.5 million reported STI cases of chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis in 2020 and 2021. While new to CDC guidelines, doxycycline as a, quote, morning-after STI pill is not a new idea. The drug has been used as a morning-after solution by the San Francisco Health Department since last year.
Sexually transmitted infections also increase the chance that someone will get or transmit HIV. So any innovation that prevents STIs could also have an effect by preventing HIV infections as well.
Now that this has been proposed, there's still a 45-day public comment window that the CDC has to abide by. Once that's over, they'll decide whether or not to fully make this a guideline. Now, we reached out to multiple hospitals and LGBTQ plus groups for comment about this drug and its potential to be used to prevent STIs. Now, while none of them would go on camera to speak with us, one of them did tell us that they do not plan to use doxycycline to prevent STIs, saying they will just continue to use it to treat them as the drug was originally intended. Reporting live outside the CDC in Buford, Joshua Skinner, Atlanta News First.
Joshua.